Okay, back in 1974, then Minneapolis Fire Chief Clarence Nimmerfro formed an exploration committee to try to determine whether it was possible to have a fire museum in the Twin Cities and whether it would be worthwhile to have one. We decided originally, right away in the first couple of meetings, that it was a nice thing to have, that we had enough stuff around the Twin Cities area that we could start a fire museum, and we actually started collecting things right away. In 1981, we rented a small building down on 7th Street, which we started to store apparatus and other things in. And then in 1982, we opened our first museum building in an old warehouse building at 12th and Van Buren Street. The museum lost its rights to that building in 1995. We had to find another place for the museum. Everything had to go in storage for almost 10 years' time. In the meantime, Bill and Bonnie Daniels, Bill was a retired Minneapolis firefighter. After we lost the old museum building, he got involved. He became very interested in reestablishing a fire museum. He also wanted to have a building where the firefighters, retired firefighters, could meet once a month, because they had their retirement meetings at different parks and buildings around the city. He wanted a place they could call home. He and his wife did very, very well in the stock market. Set up a foundation, a trust fund of over $1 million to reestablish a fire museum and also to have a meeting hall where the firefighters can meet. This building was found in about 2003, and in 2004 we purchased it and we moved into this building in 2004. We've been here ever since. For the visitors, we're set up more for kids than we are for adults, but we can do both things. We have a lot of things for the kids to do. We want to be a very interactive museum for kids where they can learn through touching and feeling and doing things, how things happen. Every tour we give, we do a fire bucket brigade like we did in the old time days, how firefighting started. The kids get to pull a fire alarm box, slide a fire pole, sit in a tiller cab and watch a video and pretend they're driving the back end of the ladder truck. So we have one climber fire truck where the kids can actually get up there, turn the lights on, the spotlights and the windshield wipers, and pretend they're driving to a fire. Outside, in the back, we have the firewall where the kids can squirt water and try to put out a fire in a simulated apartment building fire. We have our fire safety room up in front, which is great for kids. We talk about stop, drop, and roll, not play with matches, cigarette lighters, and candles. And then we go through a whole house and show different things in the house that kids should be aware of, where they can get shocked or start fires, or et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. We have a very, very extremely well-equipped library, and we've had a number of members that have done extensive research on the history of firefighters here, especially in Minneapolis and St. Paul. We also have a very extensive photo collection here. We have a photo archive manual that lists by name every photograph that we know of a certain firefighter and where they are in the museum. So if you